Okay, so we'll go to production. Let's have a look at where the action actually happens. So as I said, once all the parts have been picked, the guys have their kanban racks with all of their small parts, and then they can start on the next work order. So there's a little bit of sub-assembly work where they're putting together some of the pieces. Let's say they have where the PCB is mounted, they'll pull all these parts together. So they'll continue to build up the units. Once they're all connected up, they'll do an electrical safety test to make sure that they're not going to electrocute themselves. And once they're satisfied with that, they'll then move it over to the test areas where they do the functional test, wet test, sanitization, and final electrical test and packing. So yeah, just around the corner here, once we've assembled everything, we come over to our wet test. We do a functional and wet test sequence on the machines. So essentially here we're powering up. We're putting, so whether it's to 20 volts, 110 volts, we're connecting water and air, and we're checking that the thing chills down, it heats up, and we check most importantly there's no leaks. And also part of that we're using the sanitized water product, which cleanses, removes 99.999% of any bacteria that might happen to have got into any of the water pathways. So once it's now been functionally tested and wet tested, all the panels go on, and then it comes up along the conveyor up to here for a final electrical test. So every product you have in your household, like an iron and kettle, has to go through this kind of electrical test program. So we basically test that the earth path is okay, the insulation resistance is good. We put up to 1500 volts across it as a high pot test to make sure any wires which may be close to the panels are found out at this stage. And we also check that it's consuming the right amount of power. The final thing is we'll then package. We make sure that the power cords, any accessories like a CO2 regulator, all those are put in at this stage, the user guide. It's then boxed up and strapped up and sent out on its way to the warehouse 3.